Hello, everyone. So, today we're talking about food. Food is more than just something we eat, it's a part of who we are. In South American countries like Ecuador, food is filled with memories, also culture and family traditions. For example, Ecuadorian foods tells the story of the country, land, the people, the history. By learning about this food, we learn what makes a place like Ecuador special. You know, uh, Ecuador has many types of lands, like beaches on the coast and mountains in the Andes. This changes the way people cook. On the coast, are usually fresh and full of seafood. Dishes like ceviche and encebollado use fish and citrus as a main part of it. But now towards the mountains, where it's a lot colder, people eat heavier meals like hornado, which is like roast pork, and fritada, which is like fried pork. You know, these meals keep people full and warm. Usually, there's like a high amount of grease within this food, and a lot of times it has to do with fried foods and stuff like that. So it's a heavier meal. The land and the weather usually shape the type of foods that people have. Um, in Ecuador, many people learn how to cook from their parents and grandmothers. They don't just learn recipes like here in the States, they learn family stories and history. Books like, Raíces y Recetas collect these recipes so they are not forgotten. For example, dishes like, wada or churrasco con chimol come from different parts of Ecuador and show the pride people have in their region. Um, Today, Ecuador is proud to share its foods with the world. Food is now part of how the country promotes tourism. One city like Puerto Viejo was even named UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy because it helps keep food traditions alive. Tourists come to eat, but they also learn about the cultures. A lot of um, these countries rely heavily on traditions and tourism, and they're happy to share this through foods with the rest of the world. Ecuador foods show us how geography, family, and pride all come together in every meal. So, as a final thought, if you ever want to learn about a country, start with the food because behind every Ecuadorian dish, there's a story worth hearing, and this is something that is true to a lot of different Hispanic and Latin countries, like Cuba, Puerto Rico, um, obviously Ecuador, and a lot of other places. So, thank you for hearing my story. You guys have a great night.